Okay, so I don't know what's happening here. So it shows me that what version it is. You see, BCP, then V, and it says bulk copy, and it shows me the version. BCP version 14.0, which is this, just tells me this is SQL Server, that is, it works with SQL Server 2017. Okay, so we have all the way from 13 for 2016, 12, I think, for 2014, right? So what we'll just try to do is just to, there are many things you can use that, but I just want to do basic where you can actually export data from the SQL Server table, okay, to a file, just using your BCP command. So here, I'll try and write a command. I'll say BCP, my table is what? AdventureWorks, AdventureWorks 2017, right? Then my table, I'll select, there's a table here that is called, let me just check, I can use any. These are all the tables I have. I can use person, this, so that I see if the content will be copied across. So I'll just say AdventureWorks 2017, then dot person dot person. Okay, then it is going out. Then I would say C, of course, where I am actually, it was SQL, where I just want it to go to. And I can actually call it customer. Okay, and it is dot BCP, right? So we will use character. So it is character type that is going to be sent across. I'll use the C. Then T is just a trusted connection. Trusted connection means that you will use your Windows authentication in this case, right? So I'm going to use, because I'm already connected using Windows authentication. So that is what will happen. If I didn't have Windows authentication, just server, I could have actually tried to specify. But since I'm using the Windows authentication, so it will just be that. Then S, you can see up here, S just means server name. Our server name is what? Here, test3. Let us see. So I'll just say test3. So I am hoping everything is okay. My authentication is fine. My things are running. BCP AdventureWorks 17. And I hope, so if I enter, it just does that. And you can see 1,000 rows successfully bulk copied to the host file. Okay, you can imagine 1,000 rows have just gone that way. Let us see. If I come back here, just refresh in case, and SQL there, right? You actually can see our file there. Okay. It is that pretty straightforward. Okay, if I try to open, can I open? Let me see. Show up, notepad, okay. There you are. You see? You can actually see there. You can even query. That will be your homework, where you can actually even query, right? You query and you can use some form of query, maybe select city from what table, and you actually can actually get your results. So it is actually that straightforward. Okay. The other option that of backup. We want to do now backup, not just to copy. I can back up my AdventureWorks and I can actually try. I am hoping, I am not sure if I have PowerShell. Just a minute. With this, we have a schema. Here. Let us first copy. I just put this there so that I don't have to rewrite it. We have Windows PowerShell. I believe you did your lab, or you tried to do your lab. So we have Windows PowerShell, ISE. Okay, let me just go on. I have this. These are just written, and here. This is my ISE. So I just put in a code for, I have to just type because the PowerShell has a lot of code. So here you're just talking, these are our functions. You have the name of the database is AdventureWorks. Then the schema is, for example, person to person, the one that I have just used. Then we can actually call it PowerShell.txt. Our table is the person table, right? Tables here, right? So schema, person. So I will then, of course, the command, you're saying your database here, you're calling your schema and your table, then out of the path. So that is actually the command that is working or coming through. Then you invoke the expression to just run the command. So it is just that. Remember here you're talking about scripting, just makes it easier for you, right? So if I just copy that, if there's no syntax error and I type enter, you see, 1,000 rows instantly copied across. I'm just using partial. So if I come back here, there we are, partial, and I open, and there's our document, right? I can even try and let's see, where is that statement of ours? I saw schema table. What if I put what password? I think password. Let's see if password can work. Do you have a password table? Yeah, just a minute. If I put here password, will it? Just trying to see any. It would work. Enter. 1,000 rows successful but copied. I come here. Is there anything? Where did it go? I didn't change the name, so it took over. This name here, PowerShell. I could have called it password maybe, because now it has overwritten, so that you see the difference. Okay, so just copy, and I come, right, then I enter. By copy, I'm here, and you can actually see password. If I open that, there are our passwords, and of course, because of encryption, everything is encrypted. That is what you see. So your bulk copy is working. Since you're on PowerShell, something else, we can actually try and back up using PowerShell, right? Again, PowerShell, I hope you did your lab because at least you get to understand what is happening. Save, then I just tried this. This is just a command script I wrote here, okay? So I just said here, I'll create a variable for my database backup. My server name is test3, which was this. Okay. Then I have a database AdventureWorks. Where will I backup? Okay. That's a folder that is there in C. Then I can use the get date and I specify my format, the year, month, date, hours, minutes, and seconds. Okay. Then you have your database called and the file path, database backup, which is that, your database there, and your backup. So I would need to install the module if I don't have it, but I have installed this because remember your PowerShell is basically, since I'm running on server, okay, I am running on the server here. So on my PowerShell, I will need to install particular modules I want. If I'm using SQL, then I will import the SQL Server module. Maybe I wanted to run Exchange, I would install Exchange module, whether I want to connect to Azure, like that. So it all depends on what you're doing, but there are a lot of inbuilt modules that are there. So I can update it. Then once that has happened, you call your backup command, which is this. So it's backup your SQL database, right? The server instance, you have the server name, test3, then your database is AdventureWorks, then the backup folder there. So you're actually calling it just the way in programming, programmers do. You first create your variables, you declare, then finally it is these variables that you call, whether it is a variable that somebody has inputted or a variable that somebody or already defined variable. Then here, what you're saying, you're just saying start sleep in 10 seconds. So once the backup needs to be completed within 10 seconds, wait for the above backup to get completed. Then once it has done that, then an option, this is an option. We are saying you can actually zip the .bag file, which has been created, and now we just compress it, the zipping part, okay? So here, you're compressing the archive path using this path file that we have declared here. Then your compression level, again, these are syntax where you're saying, take it to where your database backup is, right? So you're basically just doing a compression.zip file. Okay, so once you zip it, because of space, you can actually decide to remove your backup file and leave the zip file. So this is just recommended practice, where you say that I'll remove my back and leave the zip. So again, let me just go to PowerShell, and I will try and run. I will just copy it since I've already done as is. Anywhere you see this, you call it what? The hash. The hash just means that that is a comment and it will not be running, okay? So anywhere there's a hash, that's a comment. So you can see create the variable. So actually our system will actually just understand that wherever I see a hash, it is a comment that has been put in place. So these comments are just good because now if I was to share with you the script, remember the value or the essence of having PowerShell, having scripting is so that we can move our scripts from one server to another, make our work easier. So then if you find comments like this, you would know what is happening. So it is easy. If I was to send you the script, all you need to do is just try to understand what is it saying, reading the comments, then you just run it. And if it works in mine, it should probably work on yours unless maybe you have not installed the modules or you have authentication problem or something thereabout. But everything else would work. That is the essence of scripting. So I'm just trying, or I'm just pressing enter, hoping everything is fine. Then we see where are we going. We're going to see database backup. Just a minute so that we just confirm if there's that actual folder. It is actually here. If I open it, there's nothing in this folder. The folder is empty. So hopefully I would see something there. Okay, right. So all I need to do right now is just to enter and see what happens. Okay, you can see up there it's saying backup database, adventure works, server is just 3 on your database. I'm at 90% complete. Same things are working. Okay, remember I was backing up, then I will wait for 10 seconds. Then after the 10 seconds wait, then I need to compress. That's why there was a wait there. Okay. So now what is happening? You're just compressing. We want now to have our backup in the zip file, right? And I think all is well. Things are running smooth. Things are good. So hopefully, if I go back to my folder, okay, you're here. You can see my screen. Okay, you can see my screen, huh? Ah, good. Right. So back. Where's my folder? Come here. See the backup, and I have my compressed file. There we are. Right. So PowerShell actually makes things easier. So those are two aspects I've shown you. Now, because of the time we took, remember we didn't have session. So we would just go through a few modules before, right? So this, we talked about that, where there was the request for backing up with PowerShell so that you can take. We talked about BCP, we have seen that. Clustering, I showed you, but documentation I can also do. So I think I have, unless there's another thing that we can look at maybe later. Right, so unless there's a question here, we will just proceed with the lecture.